Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be this bright sunsetty kind of spooky nail set. So I am starting off with this bright color from Koko Claire, this bright orange color. I'm using a bunch of different brands in this video here, and I'll list everything down below in the description box in case you're interested. And then I pulled in this white from Vettsy as well. And over here on this palette, you're going to see that I am mixing the purple and the orange together, together with the whites, not together with each other, together with the white, to make a lighter color, because I am going to use the purple and orange straight out of the bottle, the color that they are, but I wanted to bring in some lighter colors as well, and I decided that mixing it with white would be better. I didn't want to bring in completely different colors of, completely different gels, just in case the tones didn't match up. I didn't want an orange that turned out a little bit too pink or too peach, and I didn't want a purple that was too light. I wanted to make sure that the colors stayed within the same tone, just a little bit more desaturated with the white, so I decided to mix them together instead of pulling in new colors. So over here, I'm using the color you can see straight from the bottle, and that first one with the orange, that was the mixed orange and white color together. And everything that I'm going to be doing here is going to get 2 coats. I don't do both coats. I don't do the second coat on camera. I feel like it's just a little bit repetitive and kind of a little bit boring to watch because I'm just doing the same thing over again. But just so you know, everything is going to get 2 coats, all the designs, all the hand art, everything like that, because, it's just, you get better color payoff that way, and it's just that you come off with a better design in the end. So over here, I'm going to do an ombre between the purple and the orange, and purple and orange are complete, contrasting colors. They're completely opposite on the color wheel, so they don't always mesh well together. So you definitely want to do 2 layers. I mean, in general, an ombre looks best with 2 layers, but with contrasting colors like this, with colors that don't blend very easily, you might want to even do 3 layers just to make sure that everything comes together. For this set, 2 layers was good enough for me. And now moving on to this nail over here, you can see I'm using the mixed colors that I mixed together on the palette to create some stripes. I started off by mapping out the stripes, and then I'm going to fill them in. I wanted them to be a bit thicker, but first I wanted to just map them out. And I didn't actually cure in between. While doing all of this, I kind of all did it in one go. I tried to use a larger brush here, but I realized that I was risking messing it up really, really bad. And because I didn't cure the lines in between, I was like, this is not worth potentially ruining everything and having to start over, because I kind of liked how the lines came out. They came out pretty good in my opinion, for a single go. So I decided to just move back onto the liner brush, and it does take longer, and it's much, more tedious, but I didn't want to risk ruining it. And if you are concerned that you're going to mess up your lines, or you're concerned that you might bump something, you can definitely, cure and do a quick flash cure with the lines once you have them the way that you like them. I guess I was just feeling a bit wild the day that I was doing this, and decided to just not cure and see what happens. It ended up coming out okay, and of course I do 2 layers of this as well, but it ended up coming out okay. But definitely, if you're concerned, you can definitely cure. And I'm just going in and perfecting the lines. You can see that line over there that I did with the larger brush definitely came out a bit messy, so I just want to perfect that. Now moving on to the orange nail that I did, the pastel orange that I mixed in with the white. I am creating this kind of curved French nail and filling it in with a large brush, and I think I may have even done 3 coats with this light purple here, just because it's so light and you can see the orange peeking through you can definitely see it peeking through. So I might have even done 3 coats on that. I can't remember at this point. And then I'm going to create the other half of this curved nail with the dark purple that is just straight out of the bottle, not mixed with anything. This is the true color of the Apres gel polish that I'm using here. You can see I'm just filling it in with the bottle brush to save time. And because it has that angled curve, this is from their French manicure collection, it came out really, really well. And now I'm doing the same stripes like I did on the purple nail, but with the orange and the lighter orange. And just something that I wanted to point out, because it's going to take me a little bit to do these stripes, you might notice that these lighter colors that I've been doing the stripes with, and on that other nail as well, is kind of a bit chunky. You'll see at some point, I get a bit of chunky gel, and I tried to remove that with my brush. That is actually the Vettsy white polish. It was really chunky. You might have even noticed when I was showing the polishes in the beginning of the video where I was just showing the colors. It's a really thick polish, and I kind of found that with the Vettsy gels, that tends to be a common theme, even with their base coats and top coats, especially their base coat is kind of like not so smooth. You can see in that stripe over there, there's kind of like a bubble like popping out. I'm gonna try to get rid of it at some point. But I just wanted to say, like, I've been doing the Vettsy boxes for almost a year now. And I love their potted gels, the ones that come like the little pots, and their colors and the everything. It's really smooth, really nice. But I found that with their bottled gels, they're not the best quality. I kind of like I feel bad saying that because like I've been getting their boxes and I've enjoyed really most of what I've been getting. But I will say that the Vettsy gel polishes in the bottles are not the creamiest, not the smoothest. They kind of tend to be a little bit chunky, and honestly not the best quality. So if Vettsy was something that you were interested in looking into and stuff, I would suggest steering clear from their bottled polishes. They just, in my opinion, are not the greatest, but their potted ones are really, really great. And most of their gels come in the colors, like the colors come in both the gel, both the bottle and the pot. So if there's like a color that you want, get the potted one instead of the bottle one. I think the potted ones are definitely a much better consistency, a much better formula. Anyway, as you can see, I was doing these black stripes over here and kind of like these short stripes to create kind of like stitches. I was thinking kind of like maybe like a scarecrow with like patched, like a patched coat or a patched shirt or something like that. That was kind of like the vibe I was going for. So I was definitely not being precise with it. I wanted the little stitches to be messy and uneven. I wanted it to look like someone very crudely patched up a scarecrow, and then, you know, that's kind of like the vibe, kind of a little bit spooky, maybe giving a little bit Frankenstein monster-ish. I definitely purposely made sure that they came out different and messy. That was the idea. And then I'm just going to outline these lines over here with this gel from Vettsy as well, actually. This is a really, really thick, very densely packed with glitter gel, and it was really, really nice, and I love how it glitzed and glimmered. And because the rest of this design doesn't really have any bling, I don't put any gems or rhinestones or anything like that, I still wanted like a bit of glitz and glimmer, so I decided to pull in some of this gold glitter here. I thought that the color just worked really well with the orange. Gold and orange is definitely an amazing combo. And I find that like when you're putting colors next to each other, like a bunch of colors next to each other, kind of creating a separation between the two colors with a third color really just enhances and elevates the look. And again, I just wanted to add some more glitter because part of the other design as well is also going to have glitter, and I just wanted to make sure that all of the nails were cohesive and looked like they belonged together. So just throwing on some of this gel over here, some of this gold glitter. And this was a really, really thick glitter. You're going to see it was great for doing this line work because it really just like stayed put, and I didn't have to worry about really it like dripping or leaking or shifting in any way. Again, I didn't cure between. I kind of just did them all in one go and then cured. So it was great, but you'll see later the thickness of this gel was a little bit challenging. But now I'm going to do some stamping. I don't do a ton of stamping, and this is going to be on the two ombre nails that I did. I just wanted a couple of bats, and I don't know how to hand paint those. I might have been able to try and practice, but I didn't want to put in that effort. I wanted it to be easy, and I wanted the set to come out good. So I decided to just do stamping. I think this plate is actually from Vettsy as well. I think I might have gotten it from Vettsy at some point in like a mystery bag or something, because it was not from this year's Halloween October box. So I think I got it in some other way. But I'm just picking up a few of the bats over here. I didn't want both of them. I just wanted the large one. So I removed it from my stamper before stamping it down. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to remove actually the larger bat over here and just going to stamp down the smaller one, just so we got a little bit of variety going on with the placement of these cute little bats. Placing them down here on this sunset looking sky. And then for this nail over here, I wanted a moon, and I didn't want to try to hand paint a moon, again, similar with the bats. I know that painting like a crescent moon is something that's like really, really difficult with like gel and a brush and everything, and like they never come out the way that like I want them to. I'm not great at that. So to save myself the effort and the frustration, I just decided to use a stamping plate and just pick up that one moon, and as you saw, I removed like the little extra details and just placed that down, and then using the same bats from before and just place them down to create this cute little spooky sky. And now I am using the same gel as before, the same gold gel, to create some stars, to create some like depth and dimension into the sky, because it is a nighttime sky, so we definitely are going to have some sparkly stars. And this is where this gel actually didn't work out the best. You can see it's so dense with glitter, which is great when you're either doing like a full glitter nail or with the stripes. You can see the stripes came out so great because the color was so dense and pigmented. I didn't have to go over it too much, and it filled in all of the gaps and everything. But for this like detail work with the stars, it was kind of a bit hard to get it so precise because the glitter inside the gel is just so chunky and so thick, and the particles of glitter are so large. So it's definitely not very fine, and it was kind of difficult to get the stars to look neat and pretty. They kind of came out looking a little bit messy because of how thick the glitter is. It's just very dense, which is great for certain things, but it definitely wasn't the best for this design. But at the time, I just didn't have patience going to look for another gel, and I kind of wanted, you know, once you pull in more colors, I wasn't sure if anything else that I had would match or be the right tone, and I wanted everything to be cohesive, so I decided to go with it. And in the end, I do like the texture and the dimension that it gives, but I don't think I would use this gel again for doing detailed line work like this, especially stars. You can see they just don't come out very delicate. They're kind of crude and whatever. I'm not the happiest with it, but in the end, once the whole set is together, I think it looks okay. And it does add, like I said, some like extra texture and dimension, and when I use it to create just like small little dots and not like the pointed stars, it looks really pretty in that way. So you know, sometimes you don't really know how something's gonna go until you do it. So that was just what happened here. I had to kind of, you know, decide in the moment, am I going to redo it? And I decided not to redo it, but I still like how it came out in the end, and I still like how everything played out once everything came together. But at some point, I think like right over here, you'll see I kind of got a little bit glitter crazy, and I ended up going right there. I added way too much glitter and had to clean that up. So at this point, I was just going a little bit nuts. But in the end, I think it came out cute. It was just a little bit crazy. And also on this nail here, I kind of went a little bit overboard. I don't think this nail particularly needed to have stars on it, especially because the stars do come out a little bit large and kind of maybe take over the design a bit. But you'll have to let me know what you think down below. Do you think this nail was I just felt like this nail was looking a little bit empty, and in comparison to everything else, it just kind of looked, I don't know, not as detailed, so I wanted to add in a bit more, but I think maybe I could have done without it. I don't know, let me know what you think down below. Would you have skipped it, or do you think that it adds? I don't think it takes away. It might not have been super necessary though, but again, it was just kind of like in the moment, I was really having fun with the glitter. But you can see at the end, I think it all turned out really nice. I'm just going to top coat here, and I am actually running really low on this top coat. I think at the end of this video, I had called it quits on this top coat and decided it was officially done because I had to have it lying on its side and turning it to be able to get everything. And I think by the time I finished top coating all of these nails, it was done. So I'm going to be moving on to a new top coat, but I really did love this one while I had it. It was the Morven Diamond top coat. So if you're looking for something affordable and available on Amazon, I definitely recommend it. It was a no-wipe top coat, and it worked great. I really liked it. And I'll be sad to see it go, but it's time to move on to new things. And here I'm just finishing up this last nail with the moon. And here is the final set. In the end, I think it came out really nice. Once I put the top coat on, it definitely helped smooth out the chunky glitter. So I think it definitely just helped everything become more cohesive and smooth. I do love how this look came out. I like how bright it is. I like the cute little bats. Let me know what you think of this set down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!